Hello, it's me, Shelley Block, with my weekly PSA. I'm feeling extra fabulous today because I went for the first time since January to my hairdresser. And it was great going into a very responsible place where they took my temperature, everyone was masked, socially distanced, the whole thing. It was great. And anyway, there are so many things to talk about, but what I want to focus in is this today. I think many of you hear the expression, don't drink the Kool-Aid, or you're drinking the Kool-Aid. And I'm not sure if a lot of you folks understand where that expression came from. It came from Jim Jones, who was a cult leader, and in 1978 he commanded his cult members, who they were at that point living in Guyana on this compound, they called it Jonestown, and he commanded all of them to drink the Kool-Aid, which was spiked with arsenic and tranquilizers, and the parents drank it. They forced their children to drink it. It was mass suicide. And Jim Jones, I think he drank it too, but I also think he was shot in the head as well, or shot. The reason why I bring this up is because when I'm telling people, don't drink the Kool-Aid, you're drinking the Kool-Aid, we have a Kool-Aid situation in this country. And it's being driven by the leader of our country right now, and who I'm going to, from now on, I'm going to refer to him as Jim Jones, because he's asking all of us to drink the Kool-Aid. And I'm not having it. I am not having it. Don't wear a mask. Go into an arena. Send your kids back to school. It's all right. It's all right. Just let's go. Let's pack it in the churches. Let's pack in the mosque. Let's pack in the temples. Like everybody, drink the Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. And you've got to understand, like, if you do extensive research on Jim Jones, he started out with good intentions back in the late 1950s or whatever. He started out with good intentions. He wanted to help the underserved in society. He was big on civil rights. And he was applauded by religious leaders and politicians, and even Harvey Milk, who was, big in the LGBTQ community. And what happened was, it was all a lie. It was all a scheme, because he did research on various dictators and leaders, and he used a lot of their techniques to reel people in. So he did fake faith healing services in his church when he moved from the Midwest to San Francisco, and he was, healing people. It was all bullshit. And what happened is a lot of these poor people, or people who were disfranchised from society, he took all their assets. They had nothing. He took all their assets. He basically distanced their families from them, and he moved them out to Guyana, and they called it Jonestown, and they lived there, and he was abusing his constituents. He said, no sex unless you're married. But meanwhile, he was screwing all the women there, number one. Number two, he then became anti-homosexuality, but he was screwing some of the guys also. And it was just all a bunch of manipulation and, do as I say, but I'm going to do my thing. Sound familiar? Sound familiar, folks. All right. So he basically they drank the Kool-Aid. They literally drank the Kool-Aid and died. I am not willing to drink the Kool-Aid for anybody. Jim Jones, meaning who we have leading our country now, wants you to drink the Kool-Aid. Now, you are cult members who are sticking with this guy, with this new Jim Jones. This Jim Jones, he gets tested regularly because he's afraid he's going to get the virus, okay? He gets tested. Everybody around him gets tested, all right? He's asking you to just go out and do your thing. You do your thing. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. And you're following him. You're following him. But he gets tested. He's laughing at all of you. He is Jim Jones. He is the new Jim Jones. I am not going to ever refer to him ever again by his name. He is Jim Jones. And you folks who are still sticking with this Jim Jones, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. You, at this point, you don't give a shit if you get your grandparents sick, if you kill them, if you kill your child who has autoimmune deficiencies. You don't care. You don't care if your kid's teacher gets sick from your kid and dies. No. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if you would care if you get it now and go on a ventilator and die. I don't think you care. You are drinking the Kool-Aid. But I have to tell you, as an American and as a human being, I am not going to drink the Kool-Aid. I am going to wear my mask. I am not going indoors somewhere. I am not living in fear. See, this cracks me up. People, they say, oh, well, you're living in fear. No, I'm afraid that my lungs are going to get compromised. I mean, I'm very fond of my lungs. No, because you're idiots. Because if you do not understand, you have to do whatever you can to stay alive. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, that nice little Kool-Aid Jim Jones had with cyanide and heavy tranquilizers. Yeah, shove it down your kid's throat. You drink it. Yes. You're drinking the Kool-Aid. So I want all of you cult members to do some research on Jim Jones. And you tell me if you don't think, well, no, you won't think there's a correlation between him, the fraudster, the huckster. You may say, oh, well, a lot of the Democratic politicians liked him. Has nothing to do with it. They fell for his routine until the constituents started calling them and saying you need to find out what's going on because we don't know where a family member is. And Congressman Ryan got on a plane and he was murdered by these cult members when he got off the plane or trying to get off the plane. And Jackie Spears, who's still a Democrat in Congress, she was shot also. But, she survived the gunshot wounds, okay? This is not a Democrat and Republican issue. This is a cult issue. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. You can escape the cult. We're waiting here for you. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Peace out, everyone. I love you. Stay healthy. Wear your mask. Mwah.